Hello, it's Cisco, by the way.
Hey Cisco, we're here, buddy. We can hear you.
Perfect. Thank you.
Uh-huh. I did this yesterday, so. Okay, so you're okay?
Yes.
Okay, good. I want to talk about it later. Hey Cisco, are you on the line?
I'm here.
Oh, welcome. You ready to get going?
I'm ready. Let's go. Thank you.
All right, well, let's call to order the State of Nevada Board of Examiners meeting scheduled for today, July 9th, 2024, time being 10:01 a.m. And we'll kick it off with the roll call. Ms. Stevenson,
Governor Lombardo,
present.
Attorney General Ford,
Here.
Secretary of State Aguilar.
Here.
Let the record reflect we have a quorum.
All right, we'll move into the second item of the agenda. First opportunity for public comment. The first public comment period is limited to comments on items on the agenda. No action may be taken upon a matter raised under this public comment period unless the matter itself has been specifically included on the agenda as an action item. The chair of the board has imposed a time limit of 3 minutes. Public comment may be provided in person or via telephone. To provide public comment on the item on the agenda via telephone, dial 775-321-6111. When prompted, provide the ID number of 954-689-344#. And once we open public comment, if you are calling in, dial *5 to be unmuted. All right. Do we have any public comment there in Carson City?
No, sir, we don't.
Do we have any public comment here in Las Vegas? Seeing none, do we have any online, on the phone?
No.
I need to give it some more time. Every board's different. All right, we will close the first opportunity of public comment. Move to agenda item number 3, approval of the June 11th, 2024 meeting minutes for possible action. Do we have any questions or concerns from any board members on the minutes? If not, I'll entertain a motion.
Move approval.
We have a motion. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 All right, sounds unanimous. We move to agenda item number 4, state vehicle purchases and or leases for possible action. Ms. Stevens.
Thank you, sir. There are 2 requests under agenda item number 12 today. The first request is from the Department of Employment, Training and Rehabilitation. The department requests approval to purchase 2 replacement vehicles for a total amount not to exceed $97,371. Do you want me to do these together, sir?
Sure.
Okay, the second request is from the Department of Public Safety, Nevada Highway Patrol Division. Division requests approval to lease 6 replacement vehicles for a total amount not to exceed $104,380. Are there any questions on any of these items?
Do we have any questions from any board members on item number 4?
None here.
No question.
I'll entertain a motion for approval.
Move approval.
We have approval. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 It's unanimous. We'll move on to agenda item number 5, authorization to contract with a current and or former state employee for possible action. Ms. Stevens.
Thank you, sir. This request is from the State Department of Conservation and Natural Resources, Division of Environmental Protection through the Department of Administration Purchasing Division. The department intends to contract with a former employee from July 9th, 2024 through January 9th, 2025 on a full-time basis through Marathon Staffing Group. Are there any questions on this item?
Do we have any questions?
None here.
No question. Motion to approve?
We have a motion for approval. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Motion passes. We'll move on to agenda item number 6, request for approval to pay a stale claim from a state claims account pursuant to NRS 353.097 for possible action. Ms. Stevens.
Thank you, sir. This request is from the Department of Corrections pursuant to NRS 353.097 subsection 4. The department requests approval to pay a total of $337,334 from the scale claims account for a court-ordered settlement for expenses incurred in fiscal years 2020 through 2023. Is there any questions on this item?
I guess, for the record, Governor Lombardo, I guess the question is, why is this an item that encompasses 4 calendar years?
So this settlement, sir, was for back pay for an employee.
So it's each subsequent year?
Yes.
Okay. All right, it's an action item. Do we have any questions?
None here.
No
Entertain a
questions. Motion to approve?
All right, we have a motion. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Motion passes. All right, we'll move on to agenda item number 7, request for approval to pay extradition claims from the statutory contingency account for possible action.
This request is from the Attorney General's Office pursuant to NRS 179.225. The office submits extradition claims from September 2023 to February 2024 for a total amount of $942,122.92 to be paid from the statutory contingency. Are there any questions on this item?
Do we have any questions? Item 7.
No questions.
None.
All right, I'll entertain a motion for approval.
Move approval.
Can he make his own motion? Since it's out of his,
Okay, because it's out of his regular.
okay.
You're looking out though. Thank you, sir.
All right, we have a motion for approval. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Motion passes. All right, we'll move on to agenda item number 8, request for the allocation and disbursement of funds for salary adjustments for possible action. Ms. Stevens.
Thank you, sir. There are 13 requests under this agenda item. Would you like them all together?
Does anybody want it separately or together?
Together is fine.
Together? Cisco?
Together, please.
Okay.
Yeah, together, please. Right.
The 2023 legislature through Assembly Bill 522 made appropriations from the general fund and the highway fund for the Board of Examiners to meet salary deficiencies that may be created between the appropriated money of the state's respective departments, commissions, and agencies, and the salary requirements for the personnel of those departments, commissions, and agencies. Request A is from the Office of the Lieutenant Governor in the amount of $50,486 for salary increases. Request B is from the Office of the Chief Information Officer in the amount of $45,898 for salary increase.
That's all we.
Request C is also from the Office of the Chief Information Officer in the amount of $69,195 for salary increases. Request D is from the Department of Administration Hearings Division in the amount of $321,415 for salary increase. Request E is from the Department of Business and Industry, Attorney for Injured Workers, in the amount of $87,821 for salary increases. Request F is from the Department of Tourism and Cultural Affairs, Nevada Arts Council, in the amount of $2,238.86 for the plan to encourage continuity of service. Request G is from the Department of Health and Human Services, Division of Public and Behavioral Health, in the amount of $159,527 for the plan to encourage continuity of service. Request H is from the Commissioner of Mineral Resources in the amount of $2,708 for the plan to encourage continuity of service. Request I is from the Department of Motor Vehicles. The agendized amount is $216,924. Please note that this has been revised per the agency down to $70,544 in highway funds for the plan to encourage continuity of service. Request J is from the Office of the Chief Information Officer in the amount of $3,863 for the plan to encourage continuity of service. Request K is also from the Office of the Chief Information Officer in the amount of $5,330 for the plan to encourage continuity of service. Request L is from the Department of Administration Hearings Division in the amount of $26,309 for the plan to encourage continuity of service. And finally, request M is from the Department of Motor Vehicles in the amount of $509,804 in highway funds for salary increases. Are there any questions on any of these items?
So for the record, Governor Lombardo, so on request I, Ms. Stevenson, you said the amount was adjusted to $70,544.
Yes, sir.
And as far as the BA number, where was the modification?
So they are removing the request for budget account 4735.
I'm sorry, which one are you talking about, Governor?
Request I,
Aye, okay.
under 8, item 8.
Mhm.
So 4735, the BA number.
Yeah.
Is removed. So it adjusts the total amount to $70,544. Any other questions from any board members?
No questions.
General Ford, you want to make a stab at a motion?
I would move approval as amended. This agenda item. All right.
Yes.
All right, so we have a motion for approval. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Okay, motion passes. Very good, thank you. Then we move to agenda item number 9, approval for proposed leases for possible action. Ms. Stevenson.
Thank you, sir. There are 4 leases under agenda item 9 for the approval by the board today. Are there any questions on any of these leases?
Do we have any questions?
I mean, since I have the Colorado River Commission lady, no, I'm just joking.
So we
No
made,
questions.
since Colorado Commission was brought up, for the record, Governor Lombardo, we made adjustments in the total from the previous submittal.
So,
On number 9, is it number 9? This is the second.
Mhm.
Put it up here. Reason why the agenda changed on me, so. Let's see. Find it, 9.
It's called my house. You want to see mine?
Yeah,
Okay, you got it?
no, it's not taking enough time to find it. Yeah, it was adjusted. The previous submittal was $1 million plus, so,
yes,
correct?
yes, this has been revised, sir. Yes.
All right, any other questions on number 9?
None here.
Mr. Aguilar?
No, sir. Motion to approve.
All right, we have a motion for approval. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Motion passed. All right, we will move on to agenda item number 10, approval of proposed contract. Possible action.
There are 40 contracts under agenda item number 10 for approval by the board today. Are there any questions on any of these?
Yes, for the record, Governor Lombardo, I have a question on contract number 10. The Department of Veteran Services. Is Colonel Devine there in Carson City?
Yes, sir, she is.
Colonel, do you mind coming forward?
Good morning, Governor.
Is anybody there from Avalon Health? Or is it, not Avalon, Health Dimensions?
Avalon is not here. However, we do have Health Dimensions on the phone.
Okay, they are on the phone. Health Dimensions, can you hear me?
We're verifying that she is on.
Number 10, right?
Mm-hmm.
Health Dimensions is number 11.
So there, well, I have, oh, I jammed that in there. So number 11,
Okay.
this is off the previous agenda.
Yes.
Colonel Devine are they there or?
They are not there right now.
Okay, so my questions were specific to them on their plan on moving forward, since we're changing vendors. I just wanted to have some sort of confidence and know what their previous experience in this type of work is. And I don't know if you're able to answer those questions, Colonel.
My team and I
This
can
is-
answer the questions.
All right, so just please enlighten the board on what exactly is going to change from the previous vendor. Ensure that we increase upon the star rating and the management of the facility.
So we'll start with the management of the facility. Overall, we have many more operational controls put in place. The internal controls have increased substantially with oversight in hiring and budget activities. The accounting team and the healthcare services team will be providing weekly audits on specific expenditures as well as monthly reviews of payroll, and all accounts receivable and payable transactions will be reviewed on a quarterly basis as well as certain things on a daily basis. So HDG will be providing a daily financial oversight report to the accounting section, as well as multiple other standard operating procedure changes and monthly budget review.
Okay. Yeah, are you familiar with their track record?
Yes, they have been awarded many different awards over the course of the last 2 years. They received a gold award or a silver award from the American Association for Medical Services and Skilled Nursing Facilities. They are up for a gold award for 2023. They've also been recognized in 2022, 23, 24 as an outstanding employer by their local news reports. So they do have a very solid track record for quality improvement in their facilities. I believe they are 5-star facilities in most of their locations. We've worked with them extensively over the course of the last month to put in place a kind of a wraparound services to take a look at everything from how we do admissions, how we will work with families, how we'll integrate the residence council, how we will work with all of the different equities from supply chain deliveries all the way through any quality of life issue, and working with our residence council. The CEO of HDG has met with our resident council president and is already working with him to implement a new employee training program.
All right, all sounds good. So when does the contract go into place or into functionality? Is it in August, late August, into August?
13 August is when HDG would take over. Joe has the specific dates. I'll let him address that.
Upon approval of the board, if you're gracious enough, Joe Thiele for the record, NDVS. If you approve the contract, they will be in the facility tomorrow, as we will also, meeting
Okay.
with staff. We'll have an overlap with the present vendor through August 13th.
Okay, that was my concern, whether the transition would be seamless or not, because we can't afford the void of services during that time. Last question was, since we're having trouble hiring folks across the board, not necessarily the state, but private entities also, any issues with the staffing to honor the contract?
HDG and Avalon are working together to hire all of our critical positions. We have had a turnover in the director of nursing as well as the home administrator and infection control, but we do currently have temporary backfills in each of those positions, and HDG will be conducting interviews as soon as they hit the ground.
Great. Any other questions?
If I could just follow up real quickly on Aaron Ford for the record on the transition there. Just to be clear, we're contemplating a smooth transition between Avalon and HDG, with Avalon and HDG agreeing to work together and ensure continuity of services pending this contract being approved. Is that right?
Yes.
What type of assurances have you received relative to that particular cooperation?
Currently, we have weekly meetings, and actually, they're meeting on a daily basis for the transition with my team, with Avalon's team and HDG's team to ensure a continuity of operations. They're talking through everything from just routine resident care all the way through their HR practices, accounting practices. And I have at least one member, if not up to 3 or 4 members of the NDVS team available and in those meetings to make sure that the continuity is going well. And we are actually receiving all of the documents and archiving all the historical information that we need.
Have we had any hiccups to date that you can share with us? Any concerns that have arisen about the transition that you can discuss?
Nothing significant. Really, the biggest concern is making sure that all the critical positions are filled in a timely manner and that we have quality applicants so we don't have any interruptions in resident care. Making sure that the integration of our resident council is taken into consideration in everything that we do so that the residents have a reasonable expectation that their care will continue at the standard that they're used to.
Thank you. And I'll just say as an aside that I would highly recommend and suggest that you continue communications with your council relative to this transition to ensure that all the I's are dotted and T's are crossed, and we can help to ensure that this transition goes seamlessly as well.
Thank you. Our council has been incredibly supportive. They have been with us every day and are here now. So we definitely appreciate the support that we've received from your office.
That council sounds fantastic. Thank you so much. Let's go.
For the record, Governor O'Barrow, hey, just off the, I guess it's similar but separate. What's the current status, Colonel, of the air conditioning system, the cooling system there?
I spoke with State Public Works this morning. They are working with the original vendor to see if we can get those compressors on order so we can get out of using the temporary compressor that we are using right now. That's costing us about $25,000 a month. We're also working on a permanent fix to replace all of our HVAC in the northern system, a CIP project for that. So basically our holdup for fixing it, the existing system, has been product manufacturing. Those systems came out of Canada, and the parts that we need are not available right now. So we're working on that. We're also doing a full review of the Boulder City home to make sure that there's redundancy there so we don't experience any problems with that. And we're working with the architects for the new northern Las Vegas home to make sure that we have robust redundancy in all HVAC systems as we develop the new home.
Great, thank you. Any other questions? Mr. Aguilar, you have any questions?
No, I'm good. Thank you.
All right, if there's no further questions, I'll entertain a motion for approval of item number 10.
Move approval. 11.
No, we're on
Are
10.
you gonna do the entirety?
Yeah, right. Agenda item number 10.
Yeah,
Okay,
and there's 40 total.
Yes.
So you want to make that inclusive of the,
I do. I'm looking at my council. I move approval of agenda item number 10.
Right, there's no changes to any of the
No
contract in 10 items, so yeah.
okay. Or we have a motion for approval. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye. Discuss.
Mr. Aguilar? Did he fall off?
I don't see his number.
All right, well, we have a quorum.
Yeah, we good.
We have a quorum, so our motion passes. All right, approval of the item number 11, approval of the proposed master service agreements for possible action.
That's. Thank you, sir. There are 12 master service agreements under agenda item number 11 for approval by the board today. Are there any questions on any of these master service agreements?
Any questions?
No.
No questions. Good to see you.
Is that you, Mr. Aguilar?
It is, Governor.
Is there any need to go back to 10 for his vote?
If you would like to record his.
Yeah,
vote.
let's go back to agenda item number 10. We weren't able to record your vote, Cisco, on that item.
Okay,
Motion-
I'm an aye on number 10.
Okay.
He's an aye also?
Yeah.
All right, for the record, let the record reflect. And we are currently on agenda item number 11, Cisco, and I'm entertaining a motion for approval.
Move to approve.
Motion, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Aye. Aye.
All right. Move on to agenda item number 12, informational only item, clerk of the board of contracts.
Thank you, sir. There are 64 informational contracts over $10,000 and under the $100,000 threshold that were approved by the clerk of the board between May 22nd, 2024 through June 11th, 2024. This item is informational. Are there any questions on any of these?
No questions here.
None.
No questions. Thank you.
All right, we'll close agenda item number 12. Move on to number 13. Information item reports via the governor's finance office by Ms. Stevenson.
Thank you, sir. This report is from the Governor's Finance Office Budget Division. Pursuant to NRS Chapter 353, the Governor's Finance Office Budget Division presents a reconciled fund balance report for the tort claim funds, statutory contingency account, steel claims account, emergency account, disaster relief account, and the IFC contingency fund as of June 14th, 2024. The available balance for each account is prior to any projected or any of those outstanding claims that we approved today. Tort claim fund is $1,577,462.71. Statutory contingency account is $5,003,768.09. Steel claims account is $3,791,942.23. The emergency account is $500,000. Disaster relief account is $12,141,009.08. IFC contingency unrestricted general fund is $16,474,856.90. IFC contingency unrestricted highway fund is $1,184,685.35. IFC contingency restricted general fund is $166,381,382. IFC contingency restricted highway fund is $27,384,820. The extradition coordinator budget account 1002 is $426,079.62. This item is informational. Are there any questions on this item?
Any question? Any question, Mr. Aguilar?
Thank you. No questions. Thank you.
We'll close agenda item number 13 and move. We're in the second opportunity of public comment. Do we have any public comment there in Carson City?
No, Governor, we do not.
Do we have anybody here for public comment in Las Vegas?
Hand raised. Caller ending in 6-9.
I'm sorry,
Or-
Governor, we do
there,
have
my
somebody in Carson City.
Okay, hang on a second, Carson City. We have a phone number ending in 69 that wishes to make public comment. Can you hear us?
I can. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. Go ahead. Just please identify yourself.
Yes, my name is Amber Rogotsky, and I am president at Health Dimensions Group and one of the two owners of Health Dimensions Group. And I just wanted to address both the Board of Examiners and the governor, and thank you for this opportunity to continue to serve the veterans in the population. We run a veterans home in the state of Wisconsin that is 5-star and has been within our management oversight for the last 13 years, and it is one of our passions around giving back to our senior community. We also have several different consulting contracts where we're serving other veterans homes across the country. And so I know there was a lot of questions today about making sure that this is as smooth as possible and as seamless as possible for these team members and these residents. And I just want you to all have my assurance and my word that we will do everything possible to make sure that it is smooth. NDVS has been amazing to work with, very cooperative, and we're working with the current vendor as well. And so I just wanted to say thank you for this opportunity. And again, you have my personal assurance, our organization's assurance that we are going to be making sure that this community improves in overall quality, and these veterans are getting the care they deserve. Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate the comments. And we're back to Carson City. Do we have any public comment there in Carson City?
Good morning. For the record, my name is Nikki Aker. I'm the director of Carson City Health and Human Services. And I just wanted to thank you, the governor, the legislature, the staff, and a vast array of advocates and supporters for the public health improvement funds. These are non-categorical funds that will support public health needs identified by each county. And this funding will bring Nevada up from being one of the worst states funded in the public health system in the U.S. And I hope that all of you will continue to support this funding and public health funding in the future. So thank you very much for approving this contract today.
Thank you, and thank you for your service. Anybody here in Las Vegas wishing to provide public comment? Mr. Hardy?
Well, thank you.
Okay.
Thanks for the opportunity.
All right, hearing none, seeing none, we will close the second opportunity for public comment and move for adjournment.
So move.
Motion to adjourn.
All right, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Adios, Cisco.
Thank you all. Have a good day. Bye.
And
Approved. Nice.